Radiant team ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the JDL League, Season number 6. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by myself. I do not know what happened to Rupture. He seemed not happy about that. I'm a little sad, but I'm going to be solo casting. So, yeah, anyways, this is Truesight TV. Welcome to Truesight TV. I hope you enjoy the broadcast coming up here. Rebeldez up against Isurus is the game. It's actually a Rebeldez doubleheader, assuming that Rebeldez and FailQQ, which I think Rebeldez will, show up to the game. Odds on this match are a bit split, though. With Isurus Rebeldez, the odds on JDL are 65 for Isurus, 8% for Ty, and 25 for Rebeldez. On Dota 2 Best YOLO, where the game is as well, we're going to find out. We have 73% for Isurus, 27% for Rebeldez. So, should be pretty interesting here. We've got Gyrocopter picked up for Isurus, as well as a Vengeful Spirit Visage. Going to be grabbed up by Rebeldez, along with Beastmaster. It's a bird strat from them. They've got Visage birds, they've got Beastmaster bird, although he only has one. 10
seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Oh, hold on.
Dire team ban.
Okay. I was confused about what Rupture was saying, but it's no big deal. Anyways, we have Night Stalker and Broodmother as the bans here for Rebeldez. They did ban the Undying, the OP Undying, who is very OP. That's why I call him the OP Undying. Zeus and Queen of Pain actually being banned out from Isurus. No Storm Spirit Respect ban here for DDX, which leads me to believe we're going to see a Storm Spirit. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Storm Warning for everyone around there.
Earth Shaker.
Maybe not just yet, though.
Dire team pick.
Anyways. It's Brazil up against Argentina. We do have the Earthshaker picked up. I really like this because there's lots of units around. With Beastmaster Visage picked up, there's going to be a lot of units nearby. And Earthshaker's Echo Slam, well, the more the merrier for him. Well, for his team. The less merry for Rebeldez, that is. Witch Doctor, going to be picked up by Rebeldez and look to bounce it around, look at it go. A little iffy picking Witch Doctor up into this much stun, because all three of these heroes have a disable at the moment, but we can definitely see Witch Doctor as a very strong pick here. Adds a lot to team fight. You've already got the BKB piercing stun from Beastmaster. That's a little lockdown for Rebeldez as well. So if you're expecting to see long drawn out chases, I think it's going to be more stun and slow and sit around and watch things happen this game.
Reserve time.
Excuse me, had a bit of a yawn there. They did ban out the Tinker as well. This is a growingly popular ban. A growingly popular ban, I guess, in South American Dota. As he did get a few decent buffs in the most recent patch, and killing is priority now, and Tinker can definitely get some kills. There's two things he can do. He can push, he can get some kills, and I'd say he's even more adept at getting kills, but another hero who's just going to dominate their lane and win that way is going to be the Viper for Isurus Gaming. Shouldn't lose his lane. Should be doing very well as well. It'll be interested to see. Sorry about the clickety-clack on the keyboard earlier. I had a bit of politics I had to get figured out.
5 seconds remaining.
It made me scared. I was trying to see what you were saying.
Casting.
Reserve
Okay.
time.
Sorry. I had people popping in. Didn't know it. So, Rebeldes, their next pick, we're looking for something either mid or hard carry. I don't think they're going to run Beastmaster in either of those positions. I think we'd probably see him in an offlane, possibly a support role, but with Witch Doctor and Visage picked up, you're probably going to see Beastmaster in that support role once again. Or the offlane role. You're going to see them in the support role, not the Beastmaster. Excuse me. But it'll be Lone Druid as their hard carry. If I'm remembering correctly, HF Finn, or maybe it's CYS, who is under the name Franz Beckenbauer here, is very good at Lone Druid. Probably very excited because of the buffs to him. And although Earthshaker sort of works well against Lone Druid, we're not going to see anything too strong come out for him there. I still kind of expect Isurus to pick up a more active around the map hero for DDX. I don't like the Viper pickup for him, simply because I don't really see it going that well. DDX is known for his Storm Spirit play. His Queen of Pain play is also very good as well. So I'm interested to see what we're going to see him pick up after that.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yes, okay, I know, you all know that was my mother. I'm at home right now from school, obviously. Yeah, I just turned around when she was looking in. I assumed it was something very important. She was just like, "No, hey, how's it going?" I'm like, I'm casting. I'll let her know you all said hello.
5 seconds remaining.
Anyways, DDX will get a Storm banned out against him. Can't blame him for that. They'll actually ban out the Leshrac here and pick up a DDX Invoker. We see him go Wexort a lot, and that's what I'm expecting here tonight. Or this evening, afternoon, whatever you want to call it here. Also, we are going to have another match of Rebeldes. That's right, it's a Rebeldes back-to-back doubleheader game here on Truesight TV, as they'll be up against FailQQ right after this. Assuming FailQQ shows up, they are kind of the one team that's known to just not really show up all that often. Anyways, we will see Brewmaster now picked up for Rebeldes as what I'm assuming is their mid hero. They're going to have HFN on the Lone Druid, which will be extremely exciting to watch. I'm going to go ahead and split this into two things. Okay, early game, Isurus have this under control very well, as long as Rebeldes isn't allowed to push too hard. If they can keep them on a leash, so to speak, it's going to get ridiculous. But, in the late game, Rebeldes is going to look pretty good. As HFN's Lone Druid would just be able to continually evolve, the new Ags means that even if the bear is dead, or the hero's dead, the bear can live on. He can be anywhere over the map. It's like a super Meepo, basically. And I gotta say, in the late game, I'm favoring Rebeldes' lineup. However, they have to make that transition to the late game. If they don't, if they get caught up in the aggression coming out from Isurus in the early game, we're gonna see things begin to fall apart. Oh, that's just beautiful right there. And welcome to South American Dota. We have a pause, ladies and gentlemen. What a shock. Let me edit the overlay because I'm always forgetting to do this. I can't tell her now. She left. I can send her a text message here. All of chat said hello. Meaning she's probably going to pop her head in here again and say, oh, hello. Okay. Just for you, Chen Yang. Mom, chat said hello. There. You're good. You're good. All heroes looking to the right. They're all looking over here toward Rebeldez's logo. Rebeldez's logo. Anyways, I'm SP Revolution 5 for Truesight TV. Thank you guys all for coming out. Let's switch over to the classic Dota HUD, the default HUD. As we'll get into our game very soon. Just waiting on Pepita, or fullback, excuse me, to reconnect to the game. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday afternoon. I know I am. I'm trying to think, wait, what other hero is there? It's not Visage, it's Earthshaker. If Earthshaker looks the wrong way, it's gonna be hilarious. We're just waiting on the game to keep going. But we're gonna get started very, very soon. We're just waiting on Pepita, I mean fullback, I've said it twice now wrong, to reconnect, because we were waiting on Pepita in the lobby. Of course, while you've got a second, guys, if you don't mind going over to Facebook, hit that search bar and type in Truesight TV. There'll be this page that comes up that says, hey, Truesight TV. And you can hit the like button. It would help a lot for us. And hey, you already done that? Great. Do you have Twitter? Cool, you can do the same thing on Twitter. You can go to Twitter, you can type in the search bar, Truesight TV will come up, and you can hit the follow button. There's no like button on Twitter, but whatever. We have applied for Twitch partnership today. I haven't received anything back about it, but having you guys nearby means a ton right now. The classic to the right. Now, 2 minutes for him to reconnect. Looks like. If you've been sitting at your computer too long, now is the perfect time to stand up, take a stretch break. Run and get yourself a box of popcorn or something. Oh, here we go. Oh, they're playing tic-tac-toe. I think somebody's trying to cheat. Whoa. From Revo. There. That looks awful, because for some reason when you're casting, this thing, it does this little, like, connect the dots thing. So it looks like a... I guess you can only have so much drawing on there at once. That's a little not so great. Oh well. Don't have anything to talk about at the moment, guys. I've got nothing. I'm running out. Okay. We're going to do what we did the other night. Who would win in a fight? Who can we pick now? I'm trying to think. We did Iron Man versus Tinker. No, we didn't do Iron Man versus Tinker. We did the Hulk versus Tiny. Now we'll do Iron Man versus Tinker. Straw poll. Set it up. Then I'll paste it in chat. There, that gives us something to do while we wait here. Pepita already called GG? Hey, fullback has returned. Looks like I'm not going to get to see the results of my straw poll yet. 1 vote. That poll is linked in the chat, by the way, if you haven't done so yet. Check back in on it later. And Earthshaker's looking to the right as well. Everybody looking at the Rebeldes flag. All around the world, they turn their heads to the right. Nice. Actually, we have a TP up top from Bardo, who's going to look to place a interesting ward, to say the least. Very interesting, in fact, but we'll see what ends up happening here. I'm Asper Evolution 5 of Truesight TV. Let's go ahead and introduce your heroes. On the side of Rebeldes, it's Bardo. On the Beastmaster, the Bardo Master. We have, on the Witch Doctor, Cat, playing your Jamaican Mon there. Visage, going to be played by I Got Nothing to Lose, who I've been told is Gambling, formerly of Simexora, I want to say, way back in the day. Brewmaster is being played here by Franz Beckenbauer, who is CYS,
30 seconds to battle.
otherwise part of INTS. And of course, we've got HFN, the man, the myth, the legend, on Lone Druid. And actually, this bear, he is not a happy bear. That's going to be 300 gold going over to Pepita right off the bat here. That'll be amazing. Pepita, of course, going to be on your Gyrocopter. Dulcimelia, going to be on the Viper, headed to the off lane, I can only assume. Nadara will be here on the Vengeful Spirit, playing support. Fullback, going to be on your Earthshaker, and DDX, going to be on the mid lane as the Invoker. I'm Esper Evolution 5, of course. We already have Gyro leading the board in terms of net worth. In fact, he can pick up his boots right now. It's Brazil versus that. My mom says you guys are sweet. Okay. Brazil versus Argentina. Excuse me. I couldn't think of the name for Isurus. Of course, Isurus, one of my personal favorite South American teams. I've got a soft spot for them. They tend to play pretty well, but also at times they don't look so well. That's where we get Nintendo 64, Isurus 0, etc. But they've been doing pretty good lately, and I would be interested to see how they do through the open qualifiers. Of course, Nadara, a relatively close friend of mine, I could say. I've played Hearthstone with him for a while, watch him play Hearthstone a couple times. But Rebeldes, they're also one of the more prominent South American Brazilian teams. I've got a bit of a hiccup here. Now, it is going to be a tri-lane here, protecting HFN. At least until he gets his bear back up in 15 seconds. But they can definitely kill this bear, and that is one of the big strengths of Isurus' lineup. Usually, Lone Druid's movement speed and attack speed, and the bear's movement speed and attack speed helps him get out of sticky situations like that. But again, I talked about the crowd control coming out from this team. There's literally a stun or a slow on every single hero in the team of Isurus. And actually, there will be a stun thrown out toward Dolce. But Cat getting jumped on a bit by fullback here. Doesn't have a point in Enchant Totem. Just has that Aftershock point for a little extra damage if they're close to him. Which I think is a great thing to have, of course. Because then, if you miss your fissure and they're right next to you, well, you still hit him with something. You know. Anyway, the Red Panda Spirit Bearer back up here. Up on the top for Isurus. We are going to take a look at last hits here, and we're going to see Isurus, of course, dominating the board. Gyro sitting at 14-6. We got Invoker on 12-3. Brewmaster and Lone Druid tied up right behind him. Brew shouldn't have too tough of a time in this lane. The problem is, later in the game, I think he is going to have a serious time, especially if there's some big EMPs thrown out from DDX. And this is DDX's kind of signature Invoker playstyle with the Quas Wex. We see him go for a very early Alacrity, although I believe last time we saw him play it, he put that 1 point in Wex just for, excuse me, not Quas Wex, Wexort. He put the 1 point in Wex, though, just for the Alacrity, and then started leveling Quas. We'll keep an eye on him to see what he does this time. But it's either going to be straight Wexort or Quas Exort with an early point of Wex, which is my personal favorite style to go for, because I like being versatile with your Invoker. Like, level 4, or level 5, I guess in this case, you can always have all of your spells ready to go if you've got Invoke off cooldown. And actually, the Sunstrike will barely miss there. Brewmaster almost getting hit by that. And I did just notice, if you can land it, I'm not sure that this works, but it should go through spell immunity and it's pure damage. I believe, I want to say Sunstrike would work on the Courier. Not in the Fountain, obviously, but meanwhile, on the bot lane, though, I've missed First Blood. Report Revo, he the worst. Pepita, gonna be cleaning up the First Blood on the bot lane. As HFN gonna get slowed on top. Not sure what he's going for just yet. Just got boots for the bear, boots for himself. Your essential toolkit for Lone Druid. As he is sitting level 4 right now. No, I'm assuming they want to keep that camp blocked so Isurus can't take advantage of the pull potential. Isurus aren't going to notice Cat walking over here, but they will know he's gone from the top lane and he's not helping with that pull. So you can see DDX playing very defensively right now, as he needs to. Meanwhile, we have the Hawk just scouting out saying, hey, you ain't stacking this camp. You ain't pulling this camp. We'll know. We know what's going on here. Bardo going to get hit by the rocket. Well, multiple rockets, actually. His Flat Cannon hits will go out onto him. Flat Cannon being very useful against Beastmaster to farm up those pets. Not to be confused with the pets you can get from Compendium / whatever. But of course, summonable units. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, actually, Bardo getting dived. They did throw out an ult here, and he'll take down Bardo, but he'll fall in return. Pepita going down in the bot lane, and that's going to be a serious issue. Cat could get hit here. Actually, Dolce going to throw out a hit or two on him. 2 points up in Nether Toxin. Will do a bit of extra damage, but not too much. Meanwhile, Franz Beckenbauer, or CYS as he's been known, is going to be here on the Brewmaster. I've heard from the lobby and from himself that he is leaving Ints in the next couple of weeks, so. Bardo, of course, grabbing that up. He will get a rocket just aimed at his head. And be chased down by that right now. Franz Beckenbauer is still suffering in terms of CS, but only 11 behind the Invoker isn't too bad. What is kind of bad is the 11 behind Gyrocopter that HFN is right now. He's going to need a lot more farm to get things done with the Zero. I don't think he's going to go for a Midas here. I think that Rebelda's lineup wants to be more aggressive than that, although the Midas would be totally fine. They want to put on more pressure. They want to take towers early, and to do that, you're going to want an earlier item, or just a earlier Radiance in general, and I think the earlier Radiance could come if he purchases it traditionally, rather than if he if he goes for it with the Midas as well. I don't think Rebeldas are going to be getting that many kills in the early game here. Still getting some good XP for Visage and Witch Doctor, two very level-dependent supports. And we can see, if we're looking at hero level, actually Venge and Arctic are doing much better because they've been able to help get kills on the bot lane. Meanwhile, DDX gonna go swalk his way out. He is going for this Quas Exort build, but with the extra value point of Wex. Just to, you know, Wex it on up. He will be going for that Midas as well. Only 300 gold away from that at the moment. Brewmaster grabbing up a haste rune, and this is his chance to go up top, make something happen. They should know something's going on here. Fullback will go back and actually block off the Brewmaster briefly. That's Viper. He's just going to TP home. A very smart defensive play from them. You don't want to stand up to a Brewmaster with a haste. I think the problem was Isurus wasn't realizing how close he was, or the fact that he had that haste. They just knew he left lane. Okay, where is he? And Viper's like, no, I've got a second. Give me a second. And he didn't. He had the haste rune. It was enough. And actually, Venge will be finding the bird down here. And a bounty rune for herself. So getting a decent chunk of gold. 3 smokes picked up by Isurus right now, as some sentries and an observer are picked up by Isurus. Yeah, Brew isn't getting Drunken Haze, which this is not my favorite build. And thank you, Chen Yang, for pointing that out. I didn't realize just yet, but I personally like picking up a value point in Drunken Haze. It just stops CS in the mid lane. It's annoying. You don't want to play against it, but meanwhile, speaking of annoyances, Primal Split gonna come up on the top lane for Dolce. He doesn't even have his ult yet, but he'll be going down to Visage. And the Brewmaster and Witch Doctor getting some XP off of that. There's a smoke in from Nadara. I believe it was on fullback as well, but it won't be revealed just yet. Meanwhile, Invoker with the Hand of Midas up. Can somebody tell me for sure, because I'm not 100% sure about this, do the Brewlings break smoke? I want to say they do, but I'm not 100% sure since they're not actual heroes. And now Lone Druid does pick up the Midas, so maybe thinking he needs those levels a bit more than he thought. He has gone for a relatively more passive build, and hasn't gotten the 4th point up in the Bear, but he does have his 4 points in Synergy, his 1 point in Rabid. I like this build because really the 4th point of Bear, all you're getting it for is a little extra HP, which hasn't been an issue for him yet. A little extra regen, armor, whatever. It's still not an issue. DDX gonna get caught out here. He actually gets blocked by the Fissure. Oh, this is bad. The sentry went down. He thought he could get out, but that'll secure Brew's Blink Dagger. Anyway, speaking of the Bear, you really get it for that extra passive ability, the Demolish, that gives him a lot of extra magic resistance, a lot of push power. But when you're not getting jumped on, when you're not pushing, you don't really need it. So getting the extra points in Synergy for that extra bonus damage, bonus speed, bonus HP when you do get your ult, and the point in Rabid, which gives you a lot of bonus attack and move speed for both yourself and the Bear. That's quite a big deal. And in fact, he hasn't leveled it yet. He'll get it next level most likely, but the Bear does have that Hand of Midas, keep in mind. And we're seeing HFN play it out very nicely here. He'll see DDX get the Midas up and use it here. Meanwhile, Papita is farming his little butt off down here. And he's going to be involved in a team fight as well. Flat Cannon is on. And he'll actually be able to turn around, take down the Witch Doctor. Bardo in a bit of trouble. He should be okay. There's one more Flat Cannon shot that's going to connect, but it won't do the job. Brewmaster able to bring him down with a clap, tap, and everything else. And Bardo manages to dodge the Sunstrike only barely. DDX not quite on point with that one, but have to give him props for putting it out there. You don't think so?
Haste.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They do break smoke? Okay, I don't know right now, and I'm not going to take the time to look it up, because then I'd miss something casting-wise. And I'd hate to do that to you guys. So, Visage, meanwhile, with his medallion picked up. Nicely done by him. Fullback looking for something here. Bardo gonna get hit with a Sunstrike. The shout gonna come out on him right now. Fullback gets swapped out, but he'll still fall to the Bear, who now has that Demolish passive, by the way. There's a Viper ult available. There's that Drunken Haze finally picked up. Level... I'm assuming it was picked up at level 10. It had to have been, but... I actually want to check back in on our poll briefly. Tinker had 8 votes. Iron Man had 5. What? I'm talking about the Iron Man from the comic books, not the Iron Man from the movies. The Iron Man from the movies is not as strong. Because if I'm not mistaken, he doesn't have the Extremis virus. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go and you need to read the comic books and watch the comic books. Watch the comic books? What am I saying? Go home, Revo, you drunk. Watch the comic books. Yeah, watch them. Somebody's sitting there with a comic book and just watching it. Looking at it like, okay, now what? Can I open it? No, just watch it. Brewmaster picking up treads now, though. Gonna help him hit a little harder, hit a little faster. Tank a little better. Get down tonight. You see Rebelda is smoked up in the jungle here. They're going to use the bird, which is smoked as well, but still not visible to Isurus. Actually, Bardo will get broken here. We'll shout! It was so quiet. And then DDX got jumped on, and it's already over. There's a split coming out from Brew. They're going to look to see if they can do anything else. The burn damage coming out briefly. Bardo could actually go down here, and he will. To Papita. Nice stun out from Cat to hit 2. Tornado up on the Viper, but fullback here to defend. And it looks like we're okay. So 1-for-1 exchange. Invoker getting picked off is a relatively bigger deal. He will still be up to use his Midas, though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Rebeldes with their team of masters here. And actually, Fran's just hiding in the trees here. Juked Dolce and then just showed up behind him. You ever been walking through a store and then a panda disappears behind you? Hashtag only in Dota. Only in Dota. Only the Earth split breaks. So in theory, you could... Well, no, it would transfer over. So if you can kite the Earth Spirit enough, you can actually smoke away from Brewmaster. That's actually pretty interesting. So, meanwhile though, HFN doing very well. Actually, he's gonna have a relic very soon. Incredibly soon, even. And I love seeing this hero in the meta. I wouldn't be surprised if he went relic straight into Ags. Of course, he can go for whatever. Being a, very versatile, flexible hero. Probably going to build into mostly attack speed and armor for the Bear.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Force Staff now up for DDX as well, which will help him get away from the Brew Split. Possibly save allies who've been shouted out by Beastmaster, but actually Primal Split going down. Nice swap out, and DDX, well, he's safe for now, but they do have a sentry down. He is out of it now. Papita gets stunned, but already got his ult and a rocket barrage off. Witch Doctor going down, and Gyrocopter's flat cannon will take down those Visage Familiars. That's one of the strongest things.
Radiant structures are fortified.
At least I believe it kills them off. I want to say. Let me triple check that as well. Kill Visage Familiars.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, so they originally had changed it so it doesn't kill the birds, but for a year or so it's been about the same as it is now. It still kills the birds, which is the counter to Visage at the moment, I believe. Anyways, Vicious Spirit going to go down, and Brewmaster going to make it away. Did buy out shreds and a wand, or a stick here at least. Fight recap showing that Rebelda is, of course, coming away with that one. And that is going to be the completed Radiance up on Lone Druid any second now, I believe. Where is he? He's over here. Yeah, he's got the relic on the bear. Just triple checking that he didn't, like, get the relic and then kill it or something. But yep, that Radiance going to be coming in on the courier. 18 minutes. Completing that is not bad at all. In fact, one would say it's quite good. Rebelda is sitting at the first of the 4 games tonight, though. As they'll face up against the Argentinians first, the Peruvians next. France getting a clap off. We're going to see DDX. Ghosts walking around.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And Radiance is up on the Lone Druid himself. He'll pass it off to the bear and begin to farm even more. I'm interested to see what he goes for next. Meanwhile, Visage gets a deny off with the birds, but you can see Gyro, he's got flat cannon. He's still got 3 hits. Maybe I was mistaken about that. Not 100% sure. We'll see, though.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Let's take a look at net worth. We're going to see Lone Druid... wrong button, sorry.
Are fortified.
Lone Druid and Gyrocopter.
Dire's middle
Handling
tower
that
is under
at the top. Followed by Invoker, followed by Brew. Brew not keeping up with Invoker, but I feel like he still has a lot of combat potential. As actually the bear will get cold snapped and chased down here. An ult from Viper gonna come out. There's no recall on this bear. Is there a resummon available? There is, if he can get mana. So no huge problem for your Lone Druid. However, he's being chased down. He's actually gonna fall here as Papita finds him with the rest of his team just standing right nearby. There was nothing they could do to save him. They couldn't kill that missile fast enough. Oh, I know about the little potato man. A little potato and, well, quite the war machine up here. So he's going to pick up a Yasha already. Probably moving into a Sanj, which is becoming the norm for Gyrocopter. I'm not saying I like it, but it's at least what's normal for him. So... Meanwhile, Lone Druid continuing to farm up. Still could be going for Ags, I think. Would imagine he'd pick up the point booster first, but maybe not. Beastmaster doing well, very well. Actually is going for Guardian Greaves, it looks like. Great aura for the team. Very useful here. Will allow Visage and Witch Doctor to both go for an Ags, although Visage is making much more progress. Cat is, well, he's the poor one on the team right now. He's playing the fullback position, which is pretty much, okay, you get your boots, you're done farming, buddy. That's it. No more for you. DDX and Dolce Mania as well as the rest of Isurus. Aside from, well, poor fullback. They won't even let him get any XP from the Roche kill. He's like, guys, can I come in? No! No, fullback. Go home. You're grounded. Don't leave your room. But guys, I just want to be part of it. No, fullback, go home. You're grounded. Don't leave your room. That's what we said.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, the top tower going to go down to the lone druid there.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And they're going to look to fight it out here. Possibly at the base. It looks like.
I'll take that.
No big fight happening just yet, though. And both teams just farming up a bit, it looks like. The match calming down a little bit. Still 14 kills, 23 minutes. Not the slowest game ever. I remember during TI3 I told my girlfriend, oh, the game's not over. The game's close to over. And she said, there's only 4 kills. And I'm like, it's Chinese Dota. It's 40 minutes in still.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Now,
under
this is far from Chinese, but it is definitely a bit of rat Dota. The classic from Alliance and Company. There actually is a Hyperstone up on that bear, ready to build into an AC or the like. A Blink Dagger up for the Beastmaster instead of straight Guardian Boots. I think this is great for him. It's going to allow him to initiate for the team and set up some beautiful plays from the Witch Doctor,
Radiant's
the Lone Druid, and the rest of the team. But they're going to keep base racing it. In fact,
Dire's top tower.
judging by the amount of damage coming out on this bot tower,
Radiant structures are
I think Rebeldes are the ones that are going to be ahead in that base race. And in fact, there are no TPs other than fullbacks here for the team. However, Papita going to find Witch Doctor, pick him off, and he's not actually going for Sanjin Yasha. He's going to pick up an Eagle Song, looking to go into Butterfly, it looks like, for some extra attack speed, possibly to bring down those familiars a bit faster with the Rocket Barrage, the Flak Rocket Cannon of barraging, I mean. My bad. Let's see armor reduction coming out onto the bear. He has no armor right now. Absolutely 0 armor at the moment. No physical damage resist, but he will get resummoned back home to his good buddy Zedurid. And he's already left. He doesn't stick around long, this bear. Once again, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching Truesight TV. Sorry for the bits of dead air there. I just feel the game plan is very clear.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We're going to see the bot tower taken down now.
Has fallen.
All the outer towers, except for this one, taken down around the map. But Butterfly already picked up by the Gyrocopter. He's going to be on the way home. Doesn't have a slot for TP at the moment, and I do not like that. But now only the bases remain. And this is where things can get close. I will say, HFN is playing the Lone Druid absolutely fantastically. He's never forgetting to use the Midas, even if it's on the bear. That's my biggest flaw with Lone Druid. If I put the Midas on the bear, I'm like, oh, I have a Midas? Oh, yeah, I do. It's on the bear. I forgot. Whoops. And then I feel pretty stupid. And while 8 is getting reclaimed, they aren't able to make anything happen with it, but they will free up a slot for a TP that I hope Pepita is going to pick up. Otherwise, a little Pepita potato, will be ripe for the harvest. As actually, they're going to spot the bear out here. A call down coming out. That'll hit the bear. And it's taking a bit of damage, but a Witch Doctor ulti doing a lot of work. He will get hit with that deafening blast, and, well, he can't hear a thing right now, as he's going to go down anyway. And he knew it. He knew there was no way out of that one. He was either going to get slopped back or just taken down. So you might as well fight to the death there. Meanwhile, though, Rebeldez, or should I say Ratbeldez, ratting it up. And actually, a Heaven's Halberd picked up for Dolce. I'm assuming he wants to use this on the bear. That's the thing that makes the most sense, obviously. As I think a creep actually took down that thing. Invoker trying to get there. Without the Wex points, though, you don't have the range on that Tornado. It looks like it's either going to be Scotty or an Ags up for DDX. I'd like to see the Ags, because even with only 1 point in Wex, you have access to all your spells. You've got 3 points in Invoke right now. Is that what it's going to be? Yep, it will be. The Ags giving him tons of stats, and I'm really excited to see that come up on him. Lone Druid being chased down by Gyrocopter, not too much. What baffles me is that he's had this BKB for quite a while. It's still 10 seconds. And that just shows how much they haven't had to take a big fight in this game. And both teams have initiation to do it with. The Beastmaster with the Blink Dagger, the Brewmaster as well, you'd think would be able to jump in and say, fight me. Let's go, bro. Let's tango. But, not able to do it. Even with Earthshaker with a Blink Dagger. Vengeful Spirit, let's swap, and potentially a Blink Dagger of our own, and Invoker with his vast array of abilities. Isurus have not been able to do it. I'm just ashamed that Pepita has not picked up a TP scroll yet. And actually, call down going to come out. It's a bait out from Isurus, but they get a big Witch Doctor ulti in the back. Brewmaster split coming out, a swap out on the Invoker. Echo Slam hits on, takes out the Witch Doctor. Bardo, he's going down. He's going to fall to the Gyrocopter. We're going to see the bear. It's low, but it's going to drop. And Lone Druid, well, actually, he's back in the fountain with a fresh bear. He's like, okay, forget that bear. I've tamed another. I've given him all those items. That old bear meant nothing to me. It's a shame. Like, you'd think that a Lone Druid would have to go through a mourning period before he picks up a brand new bear. Like, if the bear's dead, you'd think... I mean, I know it's 3 seconds, I believe. You can't resummon the bear if it's taken damage in the past 3 seconds. But let's be real here. A 3-second mourning period? Oh. Okay. Now, this one's going to be a bit longer of a mourning period. And... I didn't see... Crap, I wish there was a way to see what the bear has right now, because the Midas, I think, is not on cooldown, but it could be. DDX, with that Alacrity, it's pretty hard. 80 extra damage there, and I believe that's possibly applied to all the flat cannon shots. Not 100% sure, though. He's going to get shouted. He does have his BKB up if he needs it, and he's not electing to use it just yet. Maybe able to turn around. Not quite yet. Meanwhile, Dolce getting hit with the Drunken Haze. He will miss a couple of attacks here, but they're still sieging the base. And with no bear up, they're taking advantage of everything they can here. 2 going to get hit by this call down. Pepita in a little bit of trouble. But Flat Cannon. Actually, not even Flat Cannon. The Visage Birds just fell. No real reason. That's a melee racks down. Taken by Isurus. Rebeldez not looking so hot at the moment. But again, they still can make a comeback here. HFN, he has that bear ready to go in 10 seconds. And he did have something on the courier, I think. Okay, that's smoke. Maybe it's on the bear, and I just missed it. Because he had 2,800 gold. Yep, there's a demon edge on the bear. I'm assuming this is going to be MKB, so they can guarantee they'll hit the gyrocopter. And they'll probably give this Aegis over to HFN as well. They can't afford to have him die, at least not in the next 2 minutes. Because there's no bear. Just kidding, it's going to the Brewmaster. Lone Druid. Lone Druid will have buyback available. That's what I was saying. And Visage with the, of what's this called? Solar Crest, the new item. The Super Medallion. Picked up. This is huge for Visage. And judging by the fact that they already have a Brewmaster to make people miss, I'm not sure if Mischance stacks additively. Like when it's actually Mischances. Actually, Bardo will get taken down. That's ownage for Isurus. As it's 12-8 now on the scoreboard. Blink in from the Brew. He'll throw out the Drunken Haze, but DDX is like, okay, bro. Okay, Brew, my bro. I'm leaving. I'm out. Peace. HFN could get taken down here. He does have buyback available. We'll have another bear in 20 seconds as well, but the bear is going to try to do enough damage here. It won't be able to. They need to get that Ags up on Lone Druid quick. However, they do have that. And actually, there's an MKB done for your Gyrocopter, who still does not have a TP Papita. Man, as much rat as this enemy team has, you gotta have a TP. You have to. Papita is going to be in a lot of trouble. The Echo Slam, though, coming out on 2. Lone Druid already did buyback into the game. We do have a buyback available for the Witch Doctor and a buyback, or a respawn from the Brew, who does not have a buyback. There's a bear summon by Lone Druid, of course, he has to. They will lose the ranged racks right now. This Familiar's re-entering the base. But, again, Isurus just taking the racks. Getting away with it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And GG will be called. Game number 1 going to go over to Isurus. A little bit of an anticlimactic ending there. But Rebeldes, they weren't getting enough out of the Lone Druid. They got a lot out of him, but it just wasn't enough to stand up to Papita's fantastic play. And just the amount that Isurus was able to soak out of the map that early on. We'll see what their plan is going to be in game number 2 here, as we'll be moving on very shortly. I'm SP Revolution 5 for Truesight TV. Congrats to Isurus on their game 1 victory, and thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow at facebook.com/TruesightTV, Twitter at TruesightTV, and twitch.tv/TruesightTV. We are working on getting partnered with Twitch, so every follow means a ton to us, guys. If you also know anyone to contact with Twitch, hey, say, hey, I've been watching this channel. I think it's pretty good. You should partner them. If you don't think so, don't tell them how bad you think we are. That doesn't help us. That don't help anybody. That'll get you guys quality options for a smoother viewing experience overall. And, yeah, we'll have another Rebeldes game coming up right after this. So, don't go anywhere. Rebeldes versus Isurus game number 2 coming up next. I'm SP Revolution 5, and we'll be right back.